Good morning, everyone.
It's December 3rd, 2024. City of Pasadena, Texas Council meeting is underway. Azelle Carter will lead us in invocation, and Councilman Jonathan Estrada will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone would please stand.
Our Father, thank you for allowing us another opportunity to profess our love for you publicly. Lord, for our elected officials, I pray that they govern the city of Pasadena in the best interest of its citizens, and as public servants, help us serve the people in a manner that is pleasing to you. Lord, help us be diligent in our prayer life. Help us, Lord, pray with conviction and confidence. Give us faithful anticipation and the patience that we need as we transition from confirmation to manifestation. As this year draws to a close, Lord, give us the strength that we desire to finish 2024 with the strength so that we can be able to build momentum and overcome any obstacles that come our way. Lord, bless this meeting. Lord, help us be civil towards one another. Help us be appropriate in our actions and in our comments. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Azelle.
Please join me in the pledge to start flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Mr. Estrada.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you all. It's good to see Keller and I believe Bobby Shaw. And I understand we have some Christmas activities coming up this week. On Friday, we're having our Christmas lighting here at City Hall, and on Saturday, the Christmas parade. So hopefully you and your families can make it out. And with that, I pass. Thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Dow.
Thank you, Mayor. Good to see everyone here. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. With that, I pass.
Mr. Barrett.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome, Keller Middle School and Bobby Shaw. Good to see you. Did I pass?
Ms. Shaneback.
Good morning, everyone. Happy holidays. I trust everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Welcome to Bobby Shaw and also to Keller Middle School. Want to reach out and say a special thank you to Keller Middle School as they hosted me to participate in their career day, and it was an incredible experience for another year. So great group of kids represented in this room from both schools, and I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Mr. Villarreal.
Good morning, everyone. Glad you guys are all here. And I know the students are excited to be back from Thanksgiving. No, I'm just kidding. They're really excited, looking forward to Christmas break. But we're glad that you're here, and we hope you enjoy today's council meeting.
Ms. Villarreal.
I'm so happy to see all the students back here. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Past couple meetings, I have called point of orders, and I would like to explain that the reason that I'm calling these point of orders is because that we need to conduct an orderly fashion meeting here, and I hope that any speaker here is going to be respectful to every single person here in this room. And going forward, I will continue to call points of orders when the procedural rules of this meeting is violated, and I hope that we can get back to being able to conduct cooperative meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Guerrero.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Rangers. Welcome to Bobby Shaw. Glad to see you here. Happy holidays. One day you all will occupy these seats. I certainly don't want to be here forever. So one day you all want to, I want to see each and every one of y'all here, and I'll sit over there. Want to welcome y'all. Also want to highlight what my colleague, Councilwoman, said. This council adopted rules for meetings conducting themselves that have not been abided these last meetings. And I'm, for one, accept blame when you want to attack policy, when you want to attack things that are wrong. But there's been a line of biased people up here, as the last meeting showed, that interestingly seem to blur these lines. I mean, there's people like Mr. Ty Smith, who complains about the police but was arrested. Mr. Robert Jeter, you're up here personally attacking people when you got escorted off of church's premises.
We conduct ourselves in a manner, representation of this district, of this community. If you have a problem personal, please feel free to voice it to us. We've all listened to you all. Robert Jeter, you regardlessly attacked me and said I'm going to jail and I have issues. That's interesting, but whenever I rebuttal back or say something personal, you want to cry to the world. The reason here is we stand for the citizens, not for personal gain, not for personal attacks. And we will stand here by so, along with my colleague, Councilwoman Valero, we will continue to enforce these rules because as we want to teach everyone here, there's order and structure so we know how to conduct ourselves. Thank you.
Ms. Van Houten.
I'll pass.
Okay. Okay, council. Brings us down to citizens wishing to speak. First, Mr. Smith. Hi, Smith.
I'll be there in a second, Jeff Wagner. Give me 2 seconds. And make sure I get my whole 3 minutes, because I did the research, and after 30 seconds, because Bianca had her feelings hurt, she tried to circumvent my
Sir, you
rights.
Please
can
come to the
talk till you get to the
microphone.
Yeah,
I will
I'm gonna
take
be
care of
on the
this,
microphone.
Then do it.
I'm gonna be on it. You wanna sit there and say because I got arrested?
Take care of that.
Right here, right there, the court, bro. I already paid my due, and why don't you tell the kids? It was a Class C misdemeanor of driving wrong way on a one-way. And I've already paid that in court. So you wanna sit there and say that a bullcrap misdemeanor that I've already been fighting and stuff
No
like
profanity.
that? It ain't profanity
comments
to say
from
crap, bro. I've got the freedom of speech. You need to learn your laws. You need to learn the open meetings record that you violated already. You had these kids. Why isn't it posted on the website that we have circumvented our rights, that it's limited speech, that it's limited seating? It's because you don't care about rights. You want to sit there and talk about these right here? Bianca, you violated this last
Do
Point of
not
order.
address
And you
her,
try to say
address the
because of point of
council.
order because you got offended
This is
because
abusive
you
language,
said that you
ma'am.
felt
Point of order. There's
abused.
students here.
Yeah, you said
Please.
you felt abused because I said that it was despicable behavior that has been taking place here. That's not abuse. That's you feeling like your feelings are hurt and trying to circumvent
Point of
my
order,
civil
Mayor.
rights.
Address this
Y'all do
council,
not-
not address
Y'all do
her.
not on
Linda.
this council have the right to break the law. Y'all do not have the right to circumvent our rights in the United States and our citizens' rights. We have the freedom of speech. We have the freedom to associate. We have the freedom of our political beliefs. We have the freedom of our religious beliefs. Y'all have attacked people. You've had arrested people for trying to speak up on these things. You've literally started every one of these things with a prayer. It's not a non-denominational prayer. It's a prayer where y'all talk about one specific religion. Y'all don't do anything for Jewish people. You don't do anything for Muslim people because you don't care. And that's the thing. If you want to highlight your own stuff, highlight your own stuff. But if you want to actually abide by the law, you can abide by the law. And if you care about the law, then you should care whenever people have gone to court, paid their dues, and they're clear name now. It's not on my record. The only reason you know that is because I've stated that, because also the police department, where they have, whenever I was in jail, the jail supervisor, Brian Davis, threatened me bodily harm and injury, according to your police chief that you appointed,
Point
Jeff
of order,
Wagner,
Mayor.
Jerry
This is
Wright, with
loud,
his
profane,
signature, he has admitted
and
to that
disruptive
taking
language.
place. And y'all are still trying to circumvent my rights, which is 100% illegal. You can see it in a lawsuit that's coming your way, Bianca, where you're going to be
Do not
subpoenaed.
address
You're going
her,
to be
address this
subpoenaed,
council.
Emmanuel. You're going to be subpoenaed, Jeff
No
Wagner,
talking, council.
because none of y'all are actually abiding by the law. And it's disgusting that you sit here and you try to say that you're for the civilians, and you're not. If you were for the civilians, you would have answered an email or a phone call or an in-person when I've come up here and asked to speak to one of y'all. Y'all would have answered that before it's gotten to this point. And these kids are going to learn that y'all aren't our
Point
friends.
of order, Mayor.
not address the
No
audience.
person shall make
These
personal,
kids-
impertinent, or derogatory remarks or become boisterous during a council
Oh,
meeting.
I can become boisterous.
Violated
I can
10.
speak my words. I can say what I want. I am not breaking the law here. I have not called anybody any kind of cuss words. I haven't threatened
Point of order,
nobody.
Mayor.
And
He's
you're gonna see what's
disobeying
up in a
your
Your 3
lawsuit.
minutes is up. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Jeter's up.
Good morning, Council. After the last pre-council meeting and before the council meeting, one member of council came in the glass doors behind me as I was setting up my tripod and stated, "Hi, Jeter. I don't normally say hi to sex offenders." I questioned it. The council member doubled down. I stood, stepped into the aisle, and questioned it again, at which point the situation escalated to where I was separated by another member of council into the lobby, concerned about my safety at that moment. I then notified PPD officers in the back room what was going on, I returned to this room with 3 uniformed officers close behind, sat down, and subsequently started a live stream, which is still up, asking the council member to clarify their comments and produce any evidence of their claim. None was produced, and I was instructed that this council member does not allow recordings of council meetings. Let's break down that incident from a number of perspectives. 1, let's look at the legal definition of a sex offender. Noun, a person convicted of a crime involving sex, including rape, molestation, and production or distribution of child pornography. This term does not apply to me, as I have not been prosecuted nor convicted of such crime. I am not listed on any sex offender registry. Any statement to the contrary is defamatory and actionable for litigation against any responsible parties. 2, the Texas Government Code Section 551.023, recording of a meeting by person in attendance. A person in attendance may record all or any part of an open meeting of a governmental body by means of a recorder, video camera, or other means of oral or visual reproduction. Nice try, but citizens are not required to comply with unlawful instructions from city officials that violate their rights as a citizen. 3, between inciting another citizen to accost a senior citizen here with their son on October 15th and these actions on November 21st, I do believe the council should take swift action to address and rein in this gross misconduct by Councilman Guerrero. Threats of intimidation and
Point of
physical
order,
violence.
No names.
If you can't handle the heat of accountability, you can resign, Councilman Guerrero.
Point of order.
Resign, Councilman Guerrero.
Sex offender. No.
Point of order.
I am not a sex offender. I have never been escorted out of church. Jeff was the...
Point of order, no names. There's mayor.
He may be your mayor. You are in the wrong, boy. And you will not say that I have been thrown out of church anymore without being held accountable. He was in charge of security. Whatever rumors you got came from him, and he will take you down with whatever you've gotten from him. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Next up, Mr. Fowler, Alan Fowler.
You know, I had something I was going to say, but things have changed a little bit here. I'm glad that there's going to be accountability here, but one of the people calling for it, actually, I came up out here to the meeting a couple of times ago, and Robert, I'm a senior citizen, and my son's in a incapacitated ward. We came out here, I spoke to, I guess I can't say names, a guy over to my right, and I let him know I didn't want to talk to him because I had some issues that I wanted to address in front. Basically, they were using derogatory language aimed at people with disabilities. And I'm an advocate just like you guys, and I decided that I wanted to come down here and make sure that they're represented, these cities are going to be representing people like my son. And I think that's only fair. But, so I come out there, and one of the guys I had a conversation with, let him know I didn't want to talk to the other. The other guy, who seems to be all about rules now, he's big time rules now, starts laughing, dismissive, juvenile, saying, no, you don't want to, you don't have a problem with me, you have a problem with my boy. Go talk to your boy. Go talk to your boy. My boy was right beside me. He's my son. I don't engage in language like that. I'm an adult. You can make all the faces you want, brother. So he follows me in here, and he knows that I have an issue with Stephen Alvarez. I told him I didn't want to talk to him 4 or 5 times. He kept on until Alvarez attacked me in this room, verbally attacked me. If what you guys want is control and order and all that, that's not it. That's ridiculous. I don't know why he did that. I will say the other guy who's running for mayor, I will say that guy, if he's the leader that he thinks he is, he should have said something to him right there when he saw him go after me and follow me and my son in here and go to Alvarez and start badgering me. Said nothing. All of you guys, any of you had seen that, and I'm not just putting on him, any of you had seen that, should have done something about it and said, that's not right. I'm here to represent my son. And people like him, they are not to be put out so nobody can see him. I bring him here because I want you guys to know that people like him exist. And I'm trying to be an advocate for them, and you guys are trying to be an advocate for us, and I appreciate that and understand why you're doing it. And I'm not talking to all of you. I think most of you have good intentions. Some of you really aren't very good at this and need to stop doing it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ken Donnell.
Good morning, Mayor Wagner and council members. I am Ken Donnell, Senior Center Supervisor for the Madison Job Senior Center and the Supervisor for the city's Heritage Park and Museum at 204 South Main. At your place, there should be a flyer giving you information about this event. Again, December 14th, thank you, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event is open to the public, but we want to personally invite you and your family to come and visit with us that day, and Santa, by the way. Details are on the flyer, but two things I'd like to bring to your attention. Number one, museum specialist Karen Holland and part-time museum specialist Cassandra Krebs have been months, literally months, digging in our archives out there and pulling out important historical documentation, photos, maps, letters, and they have been developing a timeline of the history of Pasadena from when there was no Pasadena up until probably the mid-20th century. We hope to have some of that on display on the 14th for your perusal. I think it's going to be, you'll find it very interesting. We hope that the citizens do as well. Many of our source materials were provided from years of research done by David Pomeroy, direct descendant of one of the original remarkable families who did so much to develop Pasadena and the surrounding area. He will be there that day, which is number two. He'll be there that day to speak to us and giving us some more historical insight and information. So we hope to see you there, and thank you for your time, and God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Next up is Miss Christina Womack.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. The Pasadena Chamber's focus is connect, advocate, serve, and educate. And we are coming off of one of our biggest events where we connect and educate our community on the many great restaurants and businesses that make this community great. And so we want to pause and say thank you to the City of Pasadena, to the Pasadena Economic Development Corporation, and our other major sponsors, Bayway and Mo2 gas stations, and many other companies who helped make Taste of the Town possible. We had one of our largest events and most successful, and want to encourage everybody to remember to support local businesses when you are looking for products or services, and certainly food. There is no shortage of great restaurants in our community. And so we want to congratulate the 2024 award winners. The People's Choice Award winner was Nothing Bundt Cakes. The Applebee's took the American category. Blue Chair Bay Rum took beverage. Jason's Deli took casual dining. Pasadena High School culinary students won the best dessert category. The Latin category was Gordo Niños. The Southern, the Wooden Spoon, specialty Mambo Seafood, and the best decorated booth was also Nothing Bundt Cakes. I'm sure everybody is hungry now thinking about all of that great food. So thank you to all of our sponsors, our restaurants who make this event happen, and the many, many volunteers as well who come and serve of their time. We are preparing for 2025. You all have received an email about upcoming events and things for 2025. One of the things that we will kick off the year doing is also recognizing and honoring our annual award recipients. And so we recognize 4 organizations, a nonprofit, a business, and an industry partner of the year. And so we are currently taking nominations. You can do those nominations online through the end of this month. And then we will announce our Citizen of the Year at next week's annual gala, Boots and Bling, where we will celebrate this year's success and induct all of our new board members, and the announcement of our 2025 Impact Pasadena cohort. So reservations are closing this week, so we look forward to having you all there. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. All right, Keller Middle School, you're up.
Hi, City Council members. I got a message for y'all. Mayor Wagner and City Council members, once again this year, Keller Middle School participated in the City of Pasadena Can Do Food Drive. We are excited to announce that we collected over 3,000 pounds of food. This is twice as much as we collected last year. We are so proud of all the students and staff that brought food to benefit the Pasadena community. Thank you for y'all's time.
Thank you. Good job.
We also want to thank council members Thomas Shane Bain and the other 30 Career Days presenters that attended our annual Career Day on Friday, November 22nd. This day is always a success because of the community volunteers that come to our school to talk to us. We want to tell them thank you. Rangers lead the way.
All the way home!
Thank y'all so much. Okay, council, that brings us down to presentation of minutes, November 19th, 2024, 6 p.m.
Motion.
Motion Guerrero, second by Estrada. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Brings us down to progress payments.
Motion.
Motion Guerrero, second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Brings us down to financial resolutions.
Motion.
Motion Guerrero, second by, was that Dow?
No, Mayor, I'd like to,
Okay.
second. I'd like to abstain to the payment for Dow Pipe, please. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mayor,
Brings- Yes,
did Councilmember Dow also vote?
yes.
on the-
He
okay.
seconded it, and then he.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, brings us down to personnel changes A. Motion Shanebine.
Second.
Second by Guerrero. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Madam Secretary, brings us down to our final readings.
Ordinance 2024-239, 2024-240, 2024-241, 2024-242, 2024-243, 2024-244, 2024-245, 2024-246, 2024-247.
Motion Ibarra, second by Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? All right, Madam Secretary, first readings.
Ordinance 2024-248, an ordinance adopting and approving a proposed capital improvement plan for fiscal year 2025 through fiscal year 2029 as its official capital plan for the fiscal year 2025. Ordinance 2024-249, authorizing approving the termination of Ordinance 2019-6, agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas and R. Wilson and Cole LLC for design services for drainage mitigation B7 project CIP DM B7. Ordinance 2024-250, authorizing approving the termination of Ordinance 2019-7 between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Brooks and Sparks Incorporated for design services for drainage mitigation projects A2, C1, C7, and SW, CIP numbers DM-A2, DMC1, DNC7, and DMSW. Ordinance 2024-251, authorizing and approving the termination of Ordinance 2019-8, agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Dannenbaum Engineering Corporation for design services for drainage mitigation A3 project CIP number DMA3. Ordinance 2024-252, authorizing and approving the termination of Ordinance 2019-9, agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Edminster, Henshaw, Russ and Associates Incorporated for design services for drainage mitigation A5 project CIP DMA5. Ordinance 2024-253, authorizing and approving the termination of Ordinance 2019-10 between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Intex Civil Engineers Incorporated for design services for drainage mitigation projects B1, B3, and B4, CIP numbers DMB1, DMB3, and DMB4. Ordinance 2024-254, authorizing and approving the termination of Ordinance 2019-11 between the City of Pasadena, Texas and HR Green Incorporated for design services for drainage mitigation projects C3, C4, C5, C6, and CI. CIP numbers DMC3, DMC4, DMC5, DMC6, and DMCI. Ordinance 2024-255. Authorizing and approving the termination of Ordinance 2019-12, agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Canal Incorporated for design services for drainage mitigation B5 project CIP DMB5. Ordinance 2024-256, authorizing and approving the termination of Ordinance 2019-13, agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Kit Professionals Incorporated for design services for drainage mitigation B2 project CIP DMB2. Ordinance 2024-257, authorizing and approving the termination of ordinance 2019-14, agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas and J. Morales Incorporated for design services for the drainage mitigation A7 project CIP DMA7. Ordinance 2024-258, authorizing and approving the termination of ordinance 2019-15, agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas and RPS Infrastructure Incorporated for design services for drainage mitigation B6 project, CIP number DMB6. Ordinance 2024-259, authorizing and approving the termination of ordinance 2019-16 between the City of Pasadena, Texas and S&B Infrastructure LTD for design services for drainage mitigation projects A6 and C2. CIP numbers DMA6 and DMC2. Ordinance 2024-260, authorizing and approving the termination of ordinance 2019-17 between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Series Engineers for design service for drainage mitigation projects A1, A4, and HH. CIP numbers DMA1, DMA4, and DMHH. Ordinance 2024-261, authorizing and approving the termination of ordinance 2019-120 between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Edmunster Hensher Russ and Associates Incorporated for design services for drainage mitigation flood warning system project CIP DMFW. Ordinance 2024-262, authorizing and approving a contract between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Cubics It's Incorporated for purchase by the City of Pasadena of traffic signal cabinets and accessories for a total of $55,500 through buy board contract 70323. Ordinance 2024-263, authorizing and approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas and LJA Engineering Incorporated for geographic information system services for a total appropriation of $210,000. Ordinance 2024-264, authorizing and approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Intech Civil Engineers Incorporated for professional services for lead and copper rules improvement, Phase 2, for a total appropriation of $622,632 to be funded from the System Fund Other Charges account. Ordinance 2024-265, authorizing and approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas and HR Green Incorporated for design services for multiple lift station projects, CIP WW 103, WW104, WW105, WW106, and WW108 for a total appropriation of $582,000.
Motion, Ibarra. Second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Madam Secretary, brings us down to resolutions.
Resolution 2024-223, accepting a donation received on November 4th, 2024, valued at $100 from Maria Elena and Ramirez for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the Madison Job Senior Center events. Resolution 2024-224, accepting an in-kind donation for sponsorship of lunch and movie event valued at $200 from Frank Shellman and Juana Rodriguez for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the Madison Job Senior Center. Resolution 2024-225, accepting a donation received on November 8, 2024, valued at $100 from Maria Elena and Ramiro Ramirez for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the Madison Job Senior Center events. Resolution 2024-226, a resolution approving the revised Housing Administrative Plan for the Housing Choice Voucher Program for programs updated in accordance with HUD 24 CFR 982.503 with PIH Notice 2012-29.
Motion, Guerrero. Second, Van Hout. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, this council meeting will be dismissed until after the executive meeting, when the Mayor Pro Tem will end the council meeting. So at this time, we're dismissed.
All right, meeting adjourned.